This week on Machinery Pete TV, we wrap up our coverage of the Judkins retirement sale in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Brothers Ken and Bruce took meticulous care of their equipment no matter what color it was. This Oliver is on the parade circuit but still has a job to do. And Pete tracks the uptick in prices coming from retirement and estate auctions.
Your machinery is a serious investment and at the heart of every farming operation. Some call it a passion. We're Machinery Pete TV, and today we'll cover everything from auction roundups to the classics to the latest trends and technology. Machinery Pete, the most trusted name in farm equipment.
Machinery Pete thanks these premier sponsors for their support. Big Iron, rural America's premier online auction site for the sale of used farm equipment. Hey folks, welcome to Machinery Pete TV, coming to you this week from Ann Arbor, Michigan. Now, I gotta confess, growing up as a kid in Minnesota in the 70s, back when we had 5 channels on TV, 1 football game a week, I was a Michigan Wolverine fan, so Ann Arbor, Michigan here. And a cool story, today our auction, retirement sale, Quality Acres, they had a Christmas tree farm here, and on Saturdays when they play Ohio State, the 2 brothers, Ken and Bruce, said you could hear the cheers coming from the big house out here, so they knew if Michigan scored a touchdown. Now, not to offend any of our Ohio State fans, but hey, stick around. We got some great equipment we're gonna watch sell on the auction day. But first, let's go back to the studio and we'll catch up on the latest farm equipment news.
All right, thanks, Pete. I'm Clinton Griffiths. Happening right now, low water levels continue to be a growing concern on the Mississippi River. Grain transporters are having to reduce tow sizes along with tons of goods per barge that they can carry. There are also delays in transit of 24 to 48 hours due to reduced navigable space in certain areas. Now, water levels have been dropping since the middle of July, reaching nearly 8 feet below the historic average in Memphis earlier this month. It's estimated about 60% of all grain exports from the U.S. are shipped utilizing the Mississippi River. Meanwhile, harvest is continuing to pick up pace right now. USDA reports 14% of the corn crop has been picked. That's 3% ahead of the 5-year average. For soybeans, 13% is harvested, 5% ahead of average. On the equipment front, former President Trump pushing back against a plan by ag equipment maker John Deere to cut jobs and move some production to Mexico. The former president making that announcement while on the campaign trail. John Deere has said before the moves to Mexico are intended to free up manufacturing space and employees at U.S. plants for other models, and that it remains fully committed to its U.S. manufacturing footprint. And check out this robotic dog now being used to sniff out invasive fire ants. A research team from Brazil and China training the cyber pup to identify red imported fire ants. They say the AI-powered canine is able to identify 3 times more nests than human inspectors, minus the burning and itchy bites. The ants are responsible for an estimated $6 billion in economic losses to crop yields and farm equipment. That's it for news. Now let's check on some recent auctions from around the country.
My name is Ben Ricci. I'm the owner and manager of Blue Diamond Farming Company, and I farm at Jessup, Iowa. When I use Big Iron to market my farm equipment that I have for sale, I'm opening it up to a national market. I'm not just having a local firm try and get local buyers to my equipment, but I'm moving to a digital platform that reaches, well, not only nationally, but internationally wherever farming is done.
Hey folks, Machinery Pete here. You've got to try this. The power of foam is the only way to clean and degrease your equipment. Simply foam it on, give the foam a few minutes to work, and power wash it off. Cuts grease and your wash time significantly. The foam won't harm electrical sensors or controls. It neutralizes and washes away farm chemicals and is safe to use on most surfaces. Call 888-996-7801 or go online to check out their dealer locator at poweroffoam.com to find the Power of Foam near you.
Out here, sunrise only means one thing. It's go time. Go rake some hay. Go bale some hay. Go check on the herd. Go get the job done right with equipment built to do all the hard work and make it look easy. Morning, noon, and night. Kubota equipment. Built right, built ready.
Want to get smarter and have some fun while you're at it? Introducing Unscripted and Grow Getters, two of agriculture's most entertaining and engaging podcasts. Hosted by U.S. Farm Report's Tyne Morgan and Ag Day's Clinton Griffiths, Unscripted is your chance to meet the personalities behind the personalities. And with heart and humor, Grow Getters with host Davis Michelson explores Ag's most innovative side hustles. You can find Unscripted and Grow Getters on the Farm Journal YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcasts.
Folks, I'm here with Ken Judkins, one of the brothers with Quality Acres, online retirement sale. And Ken, got to talk about this sprayer. This is a nice rig.
It's a great sprayer. It's been real good for us. We're the second owner. It originally came off a farm in Iowa. And Hagee took it to the factory, put some updates on it, brought it here. We've never had to touch it. It's just been a great sprayer
and
for
it's
us.
pre-DEF for 2010 with under 1,800 hours, right?
Yep. It's got a Cummins engine in it.
Okay.
It runs great. I ran this myself. I really enjoyed running this sprayer.
Now, it was a little unusual story when you bought it from Iowa. Walk us through how that happened.
The sales guy, we were looking at used sprayers, and he kept bringing us one. No, that's too expensive. This, that, and finally he says, "We got this great sprayer. It's coming out with low hours on this farm in Iowa, and we're going to take it back to the factory. It needs like 4 or 5 updates. We're going to put all those on. We're going to bring it to your farm, and if you can run it this fall, and if you don't like it, you don't have to keep it." Well,
so they brought it.
Updated
it from Iowa, brought it.
Yep, took it back to the factory, put the updates on it they wanted, brought it to us. And
how long running it did it take you to go?
About a week, and we said it's not going back. And like I said, it's done a great sprayer. We've never had to touch it.
And Ken, I've enjoyed so much visiting with you and your brother Bruce here about your equipment on your farm and your late father, cutting edge in many, many ways.
Yeah.
But I asked you I said, was this your first self-propelled sprayer? And you just smiled.
No,
Tell us the story.
My dad had an early Hagee sprayer. I can't remember what model. It was red, had a belly tank on it, little Ford Pinto engine, like 45 foot of boom on it.
Right.
And we ran that for years, and then we updated to another one, and this is our third Hagee sprayer. I have an uncle that has another Hagee sprayer. They've been really good to our family.
What do you think your dad, who was a forward thinker, would have said back then when they had the little first one, if you could have put this next to him?
I don't think you could imagine it. I don't think they could imagine it. I think about my grandfather, who I was really close to, and he farmed with horses, and he loved to run combines. I said, my brother says, if my grandpa could have ran our modern combine, I said, you'd have never got him out of the seat. You'd have just thrown him sandwiches and water, and you'd have never got him out of it.
Grandpa would just never stop, would he?
No.
All right, folks, time to talk tractor now. We got a 2007 Case IH Puma 210, Ken, and this thing you guys bought new, right?
We bought it new from Alderman's Equipment up in Lennon, Michigan.
Lennon, how far is Lennon from Ann
About
Arbor?
an hour from here north of where we're at. And we primarily used it to pull a planter, a 12-row planter for many years, and we used it to side dress 28 on.
Okay.
And we would use it in the fall to pull wagons to bring grain in. Those were the 3 uses for this tractor.
So again, you know, pre-DEF here, 07, and low hours, 3,103 hours on it?
Yeah.
So you were able to spread the hours across your different tractors over the years?
Yeah, and most of our equipment was good sized equipment, so we could get over without having to put a lot of hours on.
And Ken, interested, you and Bruce here, you have some red, you have some green, you have a blue planter.
Yeah. We were kind of colorblind.
And so tell me about that. How did that work for you guys over the years?
It worked good. We had good dealer support wherever we went, and that was kind of what we always looked for, if we were getting good dealer support.
Right.
And we didn't, it just didn't need the dealer very often, but when you want them, you want them.
Yeah, you need, well, right, it's a partnership, right?
Yes.
Now, knowing what I've seen on my end, Ken, with these pre-def tractors, low hours, one owner, man, that's a recipe for a lot of interest, buying interest. Have you been getting local folks and beyond pinging you guys on this thing?
Yeah, we're getting a lot of calls on everything. I know our auctioneer said they're getting a lot of hits on the website. So
It's gonna be hard to see it go, or are you ready?
No, I'm ready to retire, and I got a lot of things I want to do. And
you're a traveling man, aren't you?
I am. I like to travel, and
where will your first trip be when you retire?
Alaska.
Headed to Alaska.
Yep.
Not for the first time, right?
No, it'll be my 7th time to Alaska. We're going this time up to the north of the Arctic Circle. We're going quite a ways north, a group of guys.
Well, Ken, I told you we're going to need you to be the Machinery Pete travel emissary. So when you're north of the Arctic Circle, you take me some pictures and video clips and send them back, all right?
If you had a Machinery Pete shirt, I'd put it on with a big fish.
We will do that. Best way I've seen to fix faded paint? Dakota Shine. Made in South Dakota by Dakota Ag Innovations, a company with a 20-year history of working with top construction equipment manufacturers, now offering Dakota Shine to the farm community to help you keep your equipment looking like new and retain more value when it comes time to sell or trade. Key active ingredient from corn, soy derivatives. Order online at dakotashine.com or visit your regional farm stores to pick up your Dakota Shine today. What's that piece of equipment worth? Check out Machinery Pete's auction prices for the answer. Free to view, updated daily, all types of equipment. Go to machinerypete.com and click on the auction tab, then auction price data. Hey folks, I'm here with Integrated Solutions Manager for Van Wall Equipment, Scott Meldrum. And Scott, we're standing in front of S790, your combine, what, like 2-3 years old?
2-3 years old, yep.
Okay, so if we talk upgrades, what have we got going here on combines?
You know, there's 3 major upgrades. There's the adjustable spout, so on our unload auger, adjust in and out, to top off that combine or that cart perfectly. Sometimes maybe our cart operator doesn't get directly underneath the center. The second one is the cross auger shutoffs. So in the grain tank, traditionally when you shut the unloading auger off, if you weren't completely empty, that long unloading auger still was full of corn or soybeans or whatever your crop was. It gets kind of heavy out there. Yep. Then when you go start it up again, you have that full load of grain in there that's hard on components. Well, cross auger shutoffs, it lets the unloading auger run, but the cross augers in the bottom of the grain tank shut off, so you're not continually, lets that grain tank fill completely empty. Yep. The third one, that's more for a small grains market, is the remote adjustable separator grates. So in our rotor area and our concaves, we're able to adjust those and have them not be closed off, like we do in some of those small grains. Not so much in the coarse grains area. Okay. There's lighting upgrade packages that we can put on these combines. There's a variety front to back to take a combine that is, a couple years old and add options to it to reduce the downtime, giving our customers options. They can customize some of these upgrades to their specific needs and wants.
Right, you can sell them new equipment, but again, here on the used, whether it's even only a few years old, you're there with the latest and greatest to bring them up to speed.
Yep, for sure, and that's the thing is, yes, we love to sell brand new equipment, but let's keep some of that other equipment that maybe doesn't need to replace. Mm-hmm. Let's just upgrade it.
Hey folks, welcome back to Tractor Tales, a special one for you Oliver lovers. Join me in north central Illinois. We're going to learn about a classic 1650.
Richard Van Hefty here, Anawan, Illinois. This one here is a 1962 1650 gasser. It actually belonged to the widow that lives here, and he died 25 years ago. So now it's basically hers now, but she's got a daughter that thinks she wants a tractor, so this is the one her daughter thinks she would like. Basically, this one's simple and easy to drive, so we generally let her drive it. It's a good tractor. It was used for a little bit of everything around the farm. Spraying and cultivating was its main job, and I helped the neighbor here too, so I cultivated with it too, but I generally run his 1066 big diesel with an 8-row. This one just had a 4-row on back in the day 20 years ago. So other than that, it's been a pretty darn good tractor. It's just like all gassers, it's hungry for gas. But otherwise, it's a nice, smooth running tractor. Hauled up grain in the fall and parade. Oh yeah, all tractors are in parade every year. Yeah, every tractor I got is in the parade, and still basically good tractor. It just is thirsty.
Stick with us, folks. Coming up, a pre-def combine, our feature on the auction today, a 2010 Case H 8120. It's got just over 3,200 engine hours on it. The only way I've seen to safely clean aluminum grain and stock trailers is Bright Plus Aluminum Cleaner from Dakota Ag Innovations. With over 15 years of proven performance cleaning all types of aluminum, the results speak for themselves. Dirty, stained, and discolored aluminum trailers don't stand a chance against Bright Plus Aluminum Cleaner. Safely improve the appearance of your aluminum trailers at home and make a statement with Bright Plus. Order today at trailercleaner.com or find Bright Plus Aluminum Cleaner at a farm store near you.
Got equipment to sell privately but tired of scams and hassles? Visit MachineryPete.com and click Sell Mine. MachineryPete.com, the simple and secure way to buy and sell equipment online.
All right, folks, time for our feature on the auction today. Beautiful combine. I'm here with Bruce Judkins, one of the brothers with Quality Acres.
Quality Acres, LLC.
Now, Bruce, I understand you were the brother who was sort of charged with shopping and scouring for equipment. Tell me about that.
Well, I enjoy it. When the internet came out, there's a lot of good deals out there, and there's a lot of equipment dealers that sell quality lines of equipment, and I like to make sure I get a good deal, and I don't want to pay top dollar, so.
You invest the time and the effort and the hunt into finding the right piece.
I enjoyed looking for equipment. I've had friends of mine call and go, hey, I'm looking for this, and I was sitting hours at night looking at the computer.
That's when they know you're good, when your friends are enlisting you to help. That's good stuff, Bruce. Now the combine, a 10 model, 8120. You guys bought this from a neighbor?
A neighbor, yeah.
Okay.
When we bought it, it needed a cone in it, so we took it in, had a new cone put in it, and what else we did to it? He actually, the guy that we bought it from, I shouldn't even say this, but he backed into his own tractor. So they pulled up with a wagon or a grain cart behind him, and he didn't see it, and he backed into the tractor, so the back end's got a little dented in it.
Sure.
So we took it, when we bought it, we drove it right to the red line dealer, and we put a new, it had the standard cone, we updated it to the chrome cone, because those last longer. And we put automatic chain oilers on it, we upgraded the air cleaner on it. The old style laid flat, and this one goes on an angle. I think that was like a $7,000 upgrade.
Okay.
And cameras, oilers, Redline went through it. I think I put like $35,000 into it when I bought it.
And this thing, right now, it's just under, what, 3,000 sep hours?
Yeah, I think it's like 2,700 separator and 3,000 engine hours. And how I ended up purchasing this, I told my brother, I says, he wanted a sprayer. I said, if I buy you a sprayer, I'm getting me a new combine.
Oh, a package deal.
So I said, the first year we bought the sprayer, and about 2 years later, this came available. And I told him, I said, well, I'm buying that.
That was the SDS-12 Hagee?
Yeah. And that's been a great machine. We're the second owner of it. And I think it only had 635 hours when we bought it.
Bruce, I think that transaction, those two transactions, proved your high level ability to find and acquire a good used equipment there. That's 2 wins, right?
Yeah, that was 2 wins. So then we took this down to the dealer and we had it upgraded. And last year I put all new tires all the way around, front and back, because corn stalks nowadays are pretty aggressive on tires.
Right.
So then we put stalk devastators on our corn head to try to save the tires from getting all destroyed. And that thing is field ready.
Well, folks, just recently here, I've started to notice our auction sale price data showing a little bit higher auction prices coming from farm auctions, so retirement and estate auctions, versus straight online consignment or dealer auctions. Now, it used to be that way for most of the first 30 years I've been collecting prices, but then, of course, 21 to early 23, the market was so hot, didn't matter what type of auction, prices were just high. Now, an example of a really strong recent farm auction was just September 12th, online farm retirement auction in Sisseton, South Dakota by the Steffes Group for Les Heineke. And Les had a pair of 2019 Case IH Steiger 540 quad-tracks, 1,256 and 1,215 hours. They went for $357,000 and $326,000. Now the 357, that's the 4th highest auction price ever on a 540 quad-track. But the only 3 higher, they were all 22 and 3 models. And again, Les's was a 19 model. And the previous high on a 19 model 540 quad track was $328,600 4.5 years ago on an auction in Faribault, Minnesota. Now, Les also had a super sharp 2012 New Holland T8 360 with 3,087 hours on it, sold for $121,000. 3rd highest auction price ever there, folks, on a T8 360 with over 3,000 hours, and really not that far from the highest ever, $130,750 back in January of 23 on an auction in Charleston, Missouri. And how about Les's combine, this 20 model Gleaner S98, only 515 SEP hours on it, went for $320,000. Folks, I've seen over 2,500 Gleaner combines sold at auction over the last 35 years, and $320K, that's the highest I've ever seen. The previous high was $307,250 on a big iron auction back on October 6th of 21 out of Moscow, Kansas. That was a 19 model S97 with only 187 SEP hours on it. Well, I hope you enjoyed our visit to Ann Arbor, Michigan for that beautiful online retirement auction, and always fun to go back to Michigan. I tell you, how about the feature item, that 10 model Case IH 8120 combine selling for $85,800. That's the highest auction price I've seen in 15 months on an 8120. We'll see you back here next week on Machinery Pete TV. Machinery Pete thanks these premier sponsors for their support.
Big Iron, rural America's premier online auction site for the sale of used farm equipment.